Good morning, good morning, good morning. Lovely to see you all. This is Ollie from Beat Goes On, and as you can tell, I'm not American. I'm from Brighton, England, the home of Stomp, and really, really lovely to see you, and lovely to be back with Modern Band Summit and Little Kids Rock. Thanks again to Dave and Scott and Warren and the team for inviting me back. I realise I haven't needed to make the journey to join you, but I'm very, very, very happy to be with you here. So, Beat Goes On, we are a percussion workshop company, and we usually in normal situations we do stomp-style body percussion and samba drumming and all sorts. In current situations, very much focusing on body percussion because it's the thing you can do anywhere. We can do it outside, we can do it indoors. I was in the show Stomp for a couple of years, a few years back, so hopefully bringing a little bit of that to the fray, and hopefully also trying to kind of cover as much as we can that we can use in whatever kind of teaching context you've got currently. In the UK at least, there's lots of people saying we can't use instruments because realistically we can't wipe them down to make them safe. We may not be teaching in a music space, we might be teaching in a kind of a classroom without any equipment, so hopefully body percussion may be the way forward to enable you to carry on music making. So, less talking, more doing. If you've got any suggestions or comments in the chat, feel free to say hi. But for now, hello, hello, hello from everyone. Hello from everyone. Oh, from Northamptonshire. Good grief. Hello, Emily. Lovely to see you. Brilliant. So, we're going to be starting off with a little body percussion call and response. It's going to be a very, very, very proactive session. So, can you all stand up, get ready to make some noise, please? Here we go. Me, then you, me, then you. 1, 2, here we go. Now, I'm going to stop here unusually because I can see a little trick that some of you are perhaps sitting down at your computers rather than standing up. Is that the comments going, brrr. So unless you have very, very, very long fingers, for the moment, as lovely as your comments are, save them for a bit and just focus on getting involved with the session, I reckon, because that's probably more fun. You've been at your computers all day long, or all night long, or however long it's been. I realise actually this is the beginning of the morning for some of you guys. So, up you get, me then you, me then you. Yep. Fantastic. Very, very, very nicely done indeed. Now, obviously, with the mouth kind of stuff in current situations, you obviously need to kind of prepare your students for that. Make sure your hands are nice and clean before you start. But with the mouthy stuff, I've obviously kind of got this. So you're stretching your cheeks out and kind of getting the balance between pain and sound. If you hit yourself too hard, it's just too hard. If you hit yourself not quite enough, there's no sound there. So get the balance. And then if you stretch your cheeks out, you can obviously get little different melodies going on. All good fun. Excellent job. Then we move on to this one. We've got a little like that. And then your middle 3 fingers lightly tapping. Brilliant stuff. And then with a little bit of practice, I'm available for children's parties. Excellent. And then with this one, you cup your hands so they're not flat, they're cupped, like when you scoop water up from the sink. And first of all, try clapping them next to your cheek. You should feel a little puff of air hitting your cheek. Once you've got that puff of air, and then you're going to clap the air into your mouth. Beautiful. Excellent job. So consider yourselves generally rhythmically warmed up. I usually use this kind of call and response way to start off sessions because it's a way to kind of get everybody involved, a little bit of listening going on, exploring the body as a percussive instrument. So it's a nice way to do it. And of course, you don't have to be the one that does it. You can of course pass it around your class, possibly kind of preempt some people so they might come up with some kind of unusual one, using rests, etc., that kind of thing. So all good fun. Now, with the current situation as it is, there's a very, very big focus on promoting well-being. Your students may well be coming back from having months away from school, feeling not amazing. And so the more you can generate some positive well-being and also creativity and getting them up and running rather than just in front of the computer, will be better. So why not then embark on one of the best feel-good tunes of all time, I Feel Good, or it's, of course, as we know, I Got You, I Feel Good. But we're going to use that as a basis for some body percussion composition, okay? So we're going to start off with I feel good, la 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 la, boom. I know that I words now, la 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 la, boom. I feel good, la 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 la, boom. I know that I words now, la 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 la, boom. So good, so good. I got you, boom, 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 boom. Just like that, okay? So slow down. We should be able to get this going fairly quickly, but we're obviously trying to sing and play body percussion at the same time. If when you're teaching this, you want to kind of split the two things up, that's all good. I can still see lots and lots of comments, but I'm going to read your comments in a sec because I look forward to hearing what you've got to say. But for now, we have I feel stop, sorry, okay, so we're going thigh, thigh, belly, belly, chest, chest, okay? So we're stomp, thigh, thigh, belly, belly, chest, chest, stomp, clap, clap. Let's try that together. On one, I feel good, ba, 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 boom. Okay, and we just keep on repeating that 4 times through. Let's try that together. I'm going to keep the singing going. If you find the singing and the body percussion tricky together, just follow me, but focus on the body percussion. I'm going to try the 2 together. Here we go. 1, 2, I feel good, ba, la, 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 boom. I know that I words now, la 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 la. I feel good, la 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 la. I knew that I would now, la 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 la. Now we've got the whole so good. Let's really clap those hands out for a bit of visual development of the whole body percussion thing. So let's try it. 1, 2, 3. So good, so good. I got you. Now we've got those 5 stabs. Bum 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 bum. We're going to be hips, thighs, belly, chest, clap. Let's try it. I got you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All good? And again. I got you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brilliant. Let's try the whole thing together. Get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready. 1, 2. I feel good. La 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 la. I knew that I would. La 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 la. I feel good. La 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 la. I knew that I would. La 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 la. Here we go. So good, so good. I got you, boom, 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 boom. Brilliant. Okay, so there's one way that you can take I got you, I feel good, and turn it into some body percussion. Now another way, and this is partly influenced from a samba band that I used to be in Brighton, England, called Carnival Collective. Check them out online, they're awesome. And it's the whole thing of taking a funk rhythm. And of course, funk is taking funk rhythm and then speeding it up to become drum and bass. And that's how drum and bass came to exist. We've got DJs, they took the Amen break, an old kind of funk drum groove, and then sped it up to become drum and bass. So we're going to start off with nice and slow and funky. So, boom, boom, okay? This is like the bass drum, and this is kind of like the kick, the snare drum, and a little bit of the hi-hat as well. Okay, so we're boom, boom, so one hand on your chest, one hand on your hip, and your one hand after the other. Boom, ba, 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 boom, ba. 1, 2, here we go. Boom, ba, ba, boom. Yeah? So in this case, I'm using this hand and this. It's one after the other. If you're starting with your left, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Think of perhaps in terms of chests and hips. Chest, hip, chest, 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 chest. It's probably easier to do than to say, isn't it? Let's try one more again, and let's try looping it this time. 1, 2, ready, go. Boom, boom, boom. Nice and slow and funky. I feel good. Da, 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 da. You know that I would. Now, let's go a little bit faster. I feel good. Da, 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 da. You know that I would. Yeah, so we're taking that slowed down version and gradually speeding up. So let's just take this rhythm on its own without the singing. I'm going to try 4 times through. Boom. And then we're going to double the speed straight away. Okay, let's try 4 times at the slow one, and then we're going to double the speed straight away to... That's the drum and bass version. Okay, let's start with the slow funk version first, and then after 4 times, we're going to the drum and bass. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and... 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep it going. Back to the slow one. Let's go double speed again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can indeed have little drum fills in there. So that one I just did there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Let's try that. 1, 2. Here we go. 1, 2, and again. One more time. Here we go. Lovely. So let's try 4 lots of the groove. 3 lots of the groove. 2, 3. Yeah, that's going to be bar 4, and bar 8 is going to be okay, both of them together. Let's just that one together. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Here we go. One more time. Go. Okay, so that's going to be bar 8. Bar 4 is the okay, and then bars 1, 2, and 3, 5, 6, and 7 are our groove. Let's give it a go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, here we go. 5, 6, 7. Lovely. And then if we as a performance start with the slow version, 2 of them, we'll do 2 of the slow, 4 of the slow version, and then go into that 8-bar funky section with the drum and bass line with the 2 fills. That makes sense? Let's give it a go, see how we get on. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get ready, here we go. 1, 2, 3, here we go. 5, 6, 7. Lovely. Very, very, very nice. We might come back to that later and we'll see how we go. But we obviously had a few different versions there of taking that one song, I get you, I feel good, rubbish American accent, I apologise, especially with our current audience, into a few different ways we can approach it. So, nice thing possibly for you to do when you're in a room without any instruments. There you go. Lovely. Now, we're going to take another little groove. In fact, why don't I just have a little bit of a pause and just say, hi, wow, I'm glad you enjoyed. Yes, my arms are interesting like that. I'm just going to spend 2 seconds reading through Modify for this for special learners. It's all good. With all of this stuff, you adapt it to suit the audience. So this, you could do it in terms of left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. That might be confusing. You could just model it and just do the slow version first and then gradually speed it up. My arm's tired, yes. More fingers and wrists than arms, actually, like with any kind of stick technique. Don't do this, because your arm will fall off. This. It's all about fingers and wrists rather than arms. Yeah, absolutely. Mickey, good point, Mickey, suggesting kids pick their own song and make up their own parts for it. Absolutely. There's an organisation similar to Little Kids Rock based in the UK and actually throughout the world called Musical Futures. And the big ethos there is taking songs that the kids already know and then using the cover versions of them as a starting point for their learning and then using kind of creativity spurning off that. So very much absolutely this kind of train of thought. Lovely, lovely, lovely. The double time is fire. I'm glad you like double time. You'll probably like drum and bass then, if you don't already know it. I'm going to hopefully have a look at these when I get back to the rest of it. But rather than me looking at comments, let's just crack on anyway. So here we go. Another groove for you. Just me. 1, 2, it goes like this. Stomp and clap the rhythm like that. 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 Okay? Now, there's words to everything. I often use words. When I'm teaching, for example, samba from Brazil, I'll often use the words that relate to the topic. So I use a thing called rhythmonics, which is taking rhythms and mnemonics and putting them together. So, for example, when I teach the clave rhythm, the bat, bat, I teach that as 1, 2, 3, clave. 1, 2, 3 in Brazilian Portuguese, and then the name of the rhythm. And the rhythm of the words is the rhythm of the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, clave. And so the kids are learning a little bit. They're learning the rhythm. They're learning the kind of the background to the rhythm, the language of it, the name of the rhythm. It all sticks in their head more. And also saying the words together keeps the rhythm in time as well as playing the rhythms together on your body. So rhythmonics. Check it out, lovely stuff. So, in this case, the words are stomp and clap the rhythm like that. Now, I'm going to build this groove up, kind of starting off with the bare bones of it, but not as a way of the bare bones and you have to kind of, you must develop it. They're actually, you could keep with the bare bones, and depending on who you're working with, keep with that particular version. So, I'm going to start off with a simpler version, which you might want to keep with anyway. We go. Stomp, clap the rhythm like that. Okay, let's try it together. Stomp, clap the rhythm like that. Stomp's a stomp, clap's a clap. The rhythm like is on your chest, and then that is there. Here we go. 1 time through. Ready, go. Stomp, clap the rhythm like that. Lovely. Let's try it 4 times through, changing feet each time. Starting here. 1, 2, here we go. Stomp, clap the rhythm like that. Stomp, clap the rhythm like that. Stomp, the rhythm like that. Stomp, clap the rhythm like that. Lovely. So that's version 1. We could keep that as lovely, lovely, lovely. However, if you've got students and you want to develop a little bit, we have stomp and clap the rhythm like that. So we've got an and with our clicks, or you guys think call it snaps. Stomp and clap. Okay. Now it could be that your clicks or snaps are like this, really quite loud. Love it. I'm a drummer. I'm a percussionist. Yes. Or I've absolutely no idea what I'm doing differently, but for some reason this one is barely audible. If your snaps are like this one, then you can substitute it for a 2-finger tap or a tongue click. Lovely. So if you can't snap, you can't click, just try that instead, okay? But the words we're going to say, stomp and clap the rhythm like that. Let's try that once. 1, 2, here we go. Stomp and clap the rhythm like that. Lovely. Let's try that 4 times. Again, changing feet each time. 1, 2, here we go. Stomp and clap the rhythm like that. 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 Lovely. We've got a nice little groove going on there. Now, we could choose to stick with that. Or there's another little version if you want to develop it further, whereby we add another foot just before the 1. So we go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and stomp. Sorry, stomp, stomp, and clap the rhythm like that. Stomp, stomp, and clap the rhythm like that. Let's try that 1 time through with the extra stomp. 1, 2, here we go. Stomp, stomp, and clap the rhythm like that. And again, 4 times. Right, so 4 times through. After that, that last clap, we're straight in with the other stomp again when it loops. So be ready for the other stomp. 4 times through. 1, 2, here we go. Stomp, stomp, and clap the rhythm like that. 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 Lovely. However, the development can come from the moving. Stomp, stomp, and clap. stomp, stomp. Let's try it 4 times, going this way first, that foot first, then that foot first. 1, 2, this way first. Stomp, stomp, the rhythm like that. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Lovely stuff. So we've got our groove. We have 3 different versions of it. You do whichever version you prefer. One isn't better than the other. It's just a few little additions and kind of personal choices. I'm going to stick with the one with 2 feet and the click, but one isn't better than the other. I'm just doing that so that all the bits are there in case you do want to join in. So we're going to come up with, we're going to have the time. We're all good. We're going to come up with, I think, an 8-bar groove in about 8 minutes. Nicely done. Here we go. So bar 1 is bar 1 of what we've just done. Let's just try 1 bar of that. 1, 2, here we go. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Bar 2, spot the difference. Oh, the sun's just gone out. It's 4 p.m. where we are at the moment, and the sun has just gone out, so it's a little bit dark here, but hopefully you can see and hear me enough. Bar 2 with 2 claps at the end. 1, 2, just me. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. And if you see those 2 claps, one's loud and the other, so it's a bit of an echo. That. Okay, let's try bar 2 on its own. 1, 2, here we go. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Cool? All good? Same again, bar 2. 1, 2, here we go. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Lovely. Let's try bar 1 into bar 2. So 1 clap at the end, 2 claps at the end. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Lovely. Bar 3 comes along, and not only, because we've got the 2 claps at the end of bar 2, do we just have 1 stomp at the beginning of bar 3, but also, now bar 1 has 1 clap, bar 2 has 2 claps. What goes on with bar 3? Let's find out, shall we? 1, 2, just me. Stomp and clap the rhythm like. No clap. I made the same rubbish joke when I did that particular bar last year. I know, it's all good. Including rests can be a really, really nice thing. Rather than adding, taking stuff away, especially when you kind of establish the groove, your audience are expecting that to be there, just taking it out can be really, really nice. So include rest, include substitution, as the kind of minimalist schools discuss. So bar number 3 with 1 stomp, and we finish here without any final clap. Let's just try bar 3 on its own. 1, 2, here we go. Stomp and the rhythm like. Lovely. And again. 2, 3, 4. Stomp and the rhythm like. Brilliant. Bars 1, bar 2, bar 3. Remembering there's 2 stomps at the beginning of bars 1 and 2, but only 1 at the end of 3. 2 claps at the end of 2, no clap at the end of 3. It makes sense more when you're doing it rather than listening to me going, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. And even if you get it wrong, so will I. It's all fine. 1, 2, from the top, here we go. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Stomp, and the rhythm like. Same again, those 3 bars before we move on. 1, 2, here we go. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Stomp, and the rhythm like. Beautiful. Now, bar 4 is, I mentioned this clave rhythm before. We're going to use that clave rhythm in bar 4. So for those of you who kind of know about, you may well be familiar with that. Jump, 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 jump. That actually crops up in music all over the world. Oh, what a night. Bam, 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 bam. Happens all over the place. You'll hear it left, right, and centre. When I teach this again, I go 1, 2, 3, clave. I play lots of samba, so I speak Brazilian Portuguese a little bit. Any Brazilians here? Hello. But rather than going like this, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, clave. So 1 is here, 2 is here, 3 is here, clave is up here. Let's try 1 time through. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, clave. 1 more time, just for luck. 1, 2, 3, clave. Lovely stuff. So that's bar 4. Let's try bars 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? I know. So after the we stop there at the end of bar 3 into our clave bar. 1, 2, 3, clave. clave. And if you notice with a clave bar, because it comes from Latin American and samba and that side of things, I am stepping while I'm doing it. If you find the stepping thing tricky for the moment, don't worry about it, but I instinctively do it. It would be a good thing to get your students involved in as well. So, all 4 bars. Let me just have a look. We're all good. 4 bars together. 1, 2, from the top. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Bar 2, the rhythm like that. Stomp, and the rhythm like clave. 1, 2, 3, clave. Fantastic. Same again. Those 4 bars. 1, 2, here we go. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Stomp, and the rhythm like clave. 1, 2, 3, clave. Fantastic. Now, I said there are 8 bars. Bars 5, 6, and 7 are the same as 1, 2, and 3. So we already know most of it. So let's try now bars 1 through to 7. Now just remember, after our clave, 1, 2, 3, clave, remember that we go back to the stomp, stomp. Here we go. Here we go, here we go. Check out on. Oh yes, thank you. I'll talk about the book in a sec. 7 bars. 1, 2, here we go. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Stomp, and the rhythm like clave. 1, 2, 3, clave. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Stomp, stomp, and the rhythm like that. Stomp, and the rhythm like. And bar 8 will be covered tomorrow. Cliffhanger. Lovely. So really, 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 really well done. That is it for now. But if you have any last minute questions, go. I'm very, very happy to answer questions now. As lots of people are commenting, I have a body percussion book called Body Beats, which we do distribute internationally. It's published through Hal Leonard, but thank you very much. Thank you very much, and keep in touch. I'm here this time tomorrow. Complete evaluation session. Yes, yes, yes. Glad you enjoyed it. I'm around tomorrow to develop and finish this particular routine. So come and say hi. Where have I been? Also keep in touch at Beat Goes On UK. But I will see you same bat channel, same bat time tomorrow morning for most of you. Very well done indeed. Lovely. Oh, there's stuff on YouTube as well. If you go Ollie Tunmer on YouTube, there's like 3 hours of body percussion stuff. So lots and lots to get your teeth into. Glad you enjoyed. Ciao for now. I'm assuming LKR team that I'll be able to possibly read some of these comments back, hopefully. Well done. Somebody woke up just for me. Aww. Lovely to see some familiar names and some new names. Lovely, lovely, lovely. YouTube, Ollie Tunmer. My name is spelt very, very silly, but check out the correct spelling of my name in the presenter's details. It's not Tumner like Mr. Tumnus the Fawn. It's Tunmer with an N for November 1st. Email Ollie with more questions. Good idea. Check out Beat Goes On UK and contact me there.